That intro is so fucking good, man. Like, it's playing right now as we speak, but fucking, ooh. Fucking, I love that intro. Love that. One of my pride and joys. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Let's Talk podcast. We are here with my co-host and our guest, the original idea of the Skamals podcast, and the first podcast of the Skamallers, Liam.
The first idea of the Skamallers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like that one?
Liam,
how are you?
I was about to say, Liam, you alive?
I think Liam's dead.
Man,
Liam's
second
gone.
guess and he's already gone.
Might have to restart.
Yeah, we
All
are.
right. Yeah, so back in the day, Joe and I making the Skamals podcast. Plug for the Skamals podcast down below. So you can check out what used to be. I definitely recommend the Morbius episode in particular. But this is a new podcast with a new. Well, the host is still the same. Well, which one of you guys considers yourself the host? I guess.
I think I'm the host.
Okay. So yeah, new host, new co-host. I guess depending on how you want to structure it.
Yeah, Liam was knocked out.
I was knocked out. Yeah, I was dragged
Yeah,
away.
he was sent to the submarine.
Sent to Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
I still think you guys should do your podcast. Just you guys never do it anymore. So I'm like, God damn.
I mean, I feel like having two podcasts. Going
Yeah. I mean, at that point, then it's like, yeah, it's a little over.
I guess.
I mean, like, how much do we really have to talk about? Let's be honest, guys.
Yeah, that's some really good episodes.
I mean, no, I thought our last podcast was good. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the Morbius episode. I go back to that one.
That
most.
one is a good one. Yeah. The Morbius
Nice and
edition.
short. It was like 1 hour, and it was just because it was good and focused. We could just fucking roast Morbius the movie the entire time.
It was a good movie.
No, it wasn't.
You know, speaking of good movies,
It was not a good movie.
Madam Web. That's
Oh,
a movie.
God.
Now I didn't see it.
I didn't
But
see
I
it
heard it
either.
was
Dude,
bad.
Sony's on a roll.
They're making
Sony's
banger after
knocking it out of the
banger.
park.
I mean, it's tough when you're that successful. You know, like
It really is. It really is.
you know. I wish it could be Sony. We should own the company, make all those movies. I mean, Yeah.
Listen, follow your dreams, Joe.
I should, right? Like, I mean, did you hear about like what Warner Brothers does, where they like make movies but they don't release them because it's like they write them off for like taxes or something like that?
Yep.
No, I
Yeah.
haven't. Oh, is that wait? Is that what people mean when they were talking about the Acme shit or the? Because wasn't there a thing where it's like Wile E. Coyote versus Acme? Or
Yes,
like
there was a
some-
Wile E. Coyote movie they made, and they didn't release it to the public. Like it was produced, like all that, and like they're not releasing it to the public because I guess they save more money by like making the movie and not
making the movie and not releasing it is
I don't
crazy.
know. It is crazy. We live in a society. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, it is unfortunate because it's like, you know, I would be down to see a Wile E. Coyote movie. Like but what are you gonna do? It's the world we
I
live
mean, I
in.
guess at the very least, it's not like lost content.
Lost
it's like-
media.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not like
technically speaking, I'm sure someone could like, you know, I'm sure some way it would get out to the public, right? Like I don't know if it would happen now or like down like years in the future, but
no. I feel like if anything, it would happen like down the line. Like
Yeah.
there'd be some data leak or some old like purging of Warner Brothers files, and they're just like, oh yeah, it's Wile E. Coyote fights the Martians.
fights them.
I mean-
Oh, the Martian is he's a Warner Brothers character,
Martian's
right?
character, yeah.
Exactly. Boom. Like do like some invasion thing. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the Warner Brothers lore. You know.
Yeah, Wile E. Coyote and the Hammer of God. That's a movie right there.
The hammer.
Hey, Warner Brothers should hire me. Just I'll keep throwing.
You
these ideas at
honestly,
you.
you know, like once you're out of the Navy, just like start making movies with Warner Brothers. But yeah, no, movies, they're pretty cool.
Well, why? I have a question for Madam Web to kind of go back to that. Why did they hate that? Like, what's so bad about the movie? Because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see anything
I
about
didn't
Madam
see
Web.
it either. All I know is that everyone said it was bad. I think people said it was a really boring movie, but it's not like, see, it's not a bad funny movie where like you could watch it and it's bad and it's like, oh okay, like
It's like
it's
a bad
funny bad. It's like just boring.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I would kind of think that it's the same problems as Morbius. 'Cause
Morbius,
from what
where
you're
it's just
describing, it's the exact same. Because like Morbius, it's like a meme movie, but it's not a good meme movie. Because a
no,
good meme movie is still entertaining, whereas Morbius is just like the most
like
boring movie of all time, and it just has like little dots of like, haha, that was kind of funny, I guess, and then you go back to being extremely bored.
the best example of a bad good movie is like The Room,
Ah,
where
the
he's like,
that's
classic.
that
like
is
classical.
bullshit. I did not hit her.
You
It
are
is not
tearing me
true.
apart.
Didn't he actually have sex with a girl in the original film?
Dude, I don't know. I never saw the movie.
You never
Oh,
saw The Room? You never saw
Man,
The
dude,
Room.
can't cancel the podcast. We gotta watch that right now.
Gotta watch right now.
No.
Dude, we gotta watch.
The only
gosh,
bad
Nick Cage
movies
movie.
the only good bad movies I've seen was Leprechaun, Troll 2, and I don't know. Those are the two I remember. Troll 2
at
is the
some
guy
point,
where
we
he's
gotta
like,
sit down in a call, and is that the one where he's like, "Oh my god"?
yeah, they're eating her, and they're gonna eat me.
Troll 2?
Troll 2, yeah.
I've never
Now
seen
it is apparently there's a Troll 1. I don't know.
I assume there has
exists.
to be a troll one.
Yeah.
The Leprechaun?
So,
I'm looking this shit
Leprechaun?
up.
You don't know about Leprechaun? It's like an entire series. There are like 5 movies.
is there really?
It's
Yes.
what? The Leprechaun.
And you
movie?
want to know who's in that movie? Like,
Wait, so
one of the-
Joe, if you really never seen like,
No, they got Jennifer Aniston.
yes, she's in that movie.
What?
Jennifer Aniston is in that movie. Yes,
How did they?
isn't that
get her?
crazy?
wait, so
Yep.
so Joe, so that mean, have you never seen like a Shark Tale? Not Shark Tale, fucking Sharknado movie or anything?
I've never seen a Sharknado movie. I've
That's
seen like
fair.
I've
Well,
seen
aren't
a
those known
funny
to be
montage
bad?
of them. Yeah, that's why they were popular, is because they were bad.
But they were like bad in a good way, kind of.
yes, exactly. That's why they made so many of them, because they
It was like stupid.
They
funny.
were fun bad.
I've
like-
seen Shark Exorcist.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I think I've seen Jurassic Shark too.
There's a lot of good shark movies out there. There's fucking
Shitty shark movies.
people are like, oh yeah, Jaws. Nah, dude, Five-Headed Shark Attack. Check it out next time you get the chance. That's my plug for Five-Headed Shark
There
Attack.
are a lot of shark movies. Like there's
There
a lot.
are an
you know?
excessive amount of shark movies. At a certain point, it's like, all right, guys, sharks aren't like that scary, right? Like, they're not, like
They're
Like,
terrifying.
you can calm down. No, but Joe, at some point, and this goes out to Conway, anyone in the server, literally anyone in the server. It's like we gotta sit down and watch Roadhouse, because Roadhouse is an incredible watching experience, start to finish, beautiful.
You know what we need to do as a server? If
Your
now
mom.
that I'm thinking about
Oh.
Liam and everything we've done, fucking the Pokemon. What is that? The Pokemon card board game, whatever the fuck it's
Oh
called.
yeah, we gotta play Master Trainers 2. Yeah, we still need to
I
do that.
so badly want, because the first one was so much fun. Took fucking hours, but it was
Yeah,
so
the Master Trainer 2
much
is a lot
fun.
shorter. It's also a lot more unfair. So
How's it more unfair?
it's
It's very
snowballing.
snowbally.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's what Jay Wood said.
But
in
again,
the
I think I'd rather have a shorter snowball experience than
yes,
just
that a
fucking
long
Master Trainer.
slugfest.
True.
you know?
Master Trainer 1, it's like you get started and it's like, oh, this is a fun little romp, and then just like the grind sets in, and then you get to the Elite Four, and then you realize how dire the circumstances are. Because you're just hoping and praying that like the other players aren't just gonna use Time Machine on you and fucking, because you could have like the best roll ever and then just fucking lose.
Time machine.
Like I only won because of extreme fortune and Chris just forgetting to use the
Yeah,
Time
no,
Machine card.
he would have lost if he had time machine. If he remembered his time
If you
machine.
remembered his time machine, yeah. That's why I didn't say anything, because I was like, technically it's not my place, but
He only had like, he only had like 8 cards in his hand at any point in the game. It'd be a shame if he used any of them. But
Dude, I think there was also a snowballing effect in the last game, because my god, like certain people, like I think like he sucked in the beginning because he had a shitty
yeah, they're
starter.
thinking of legendary.
Then he got legendaries, but then once we got to a certain part of the game where legendaries started sucking, because we started figuring out that evolutions are the best way to win.
Well, yeah,
Fucking legendaries
legendaries
fell
get-
off hard until
well, yeah,
what was it? At the end you used one.
yeah, I still won for legendary. They're just like they're still good late game. They just get outscaled by free chain evolutions.
Yep.
But that means that involves completing a free chain evolution. So overall, I definitely still think legendaries are the best class of mon in that game. Because dude, 2-stagers, there's probably some good ones, but like Clefable was not it.
Yep.
Clefable was not it,
What
dude.
are you talking about? That was really cool.
It's like, oh yeah, dude, you put in all this effort to get a 7-power mon. Whoopee.
Yeah. Nah, the game is not balanced by any means.
Yeah, to anyone who's considering playing Master Trainer 2, Master Trainer, I can't speak for 2 yet, I haven't played it, but anyone who's considering playing Pokemon Master Trainer, the board game, just be ready to sit down for a while, okay? When people talk about long board games, they mention like Risk and Monopoly and like Axis and Allies and stuff like that. Definitely bring a snack, sit down, you know, get your mind in the right headspace before you try Master Trainer, because it can be a grueling slog. There probably are games of that go really quickly because you just like one guy just everything goes right, but overall it's a lengthy process.
Yeah. I mean, I actually would like to play Axis and Allies, even though I have no clue how
Axis
to
and
play it.
Allies? Dude, I'd be super down to try Axis and Allies in this server. There's a online version, I'm pretty sure. It's called like AAA.
We could use tabletops.
Or damn it, I mean, I think, tabletop simulator. If we happen to meet up in real life, like I think I have a copy of 1941 at home.
When do we ever meet up in real life?
There's like a million. We have to
We don't
decide
do
which
that.
version.
We're gamers.
Well,
We are gamers.
you know what?
Gamers
my
game.
Bad. My bad.
No, it's. I don't think you understand. We don't go
Yeah,
outside.
imagine the people. Imagine the people in this server meeting up in real life
Are
like earlier today or
disgusting.
anything.
Yeah, no.
Sure,
I
never
mean, listen,
happened.
getting oxygen and getting vitamin D, that is cringe.
Yep,
You know
very
it's not
good.
cringe? Playing
Me.
video games for 24 hours.
Playing 24 hours a day, 8 days a week. It's on the perma grind.
Always
on that grind. Tired,
I
Joe.
I
yawned.
agree. I
You're
agree.
making me yawn. Jeez. You're already bored, Latacina?
No, I'm not bored.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just thinking about what
Honestly-
Lucas said.
That's good. That's a good podcast right now. You heard him. He's bored, folks. Shut it.
I am
good
Outro
episode.
plays.
They call me
he's-
an oil
he's
baron.
in oil.
Well, do you want to explain the story for the viewers? Because they probably have no fucking clue what the fuck we're talking about.
It's I mean it's not an amazing story. It is a good story for our friend group. But basically it's a guy named Lucas and we're driving home from ramen and as we're about to drop him off, someone says, "Hey, you got a lot of cars in the parking lot area, you know?" And Lucas, steps out of the car, opens the door, and he says, "Yeah, you see all those cars? They're mine. I am the oil baron." And then he just turns, walks away, doesn't even close the door, and just goes into his house.
Fucking
And I was like,
hilarious.
"Wow, that guy fucks."
Dude, that was fucking hilarious.
I don't know what else to say about it. Like,
'Cause
I was blown away by
Because he does shit like that all the fucking time. Like there was one time when we dropped
Just
him
the
off.
size of his cock when he said those lines. I mean, it was astounding. Like I couldn't believe
He's
it.
inflating at a high rate of speed.
Yeah, no, I was quaking. Like,
Dude,
It was bad.
when we dropped him off another time, how he disappeared like an SCP.
oh yeah, how he just ran behind his car door and he just like
we didn't even see him.
vanished.
leave.
We didn't see him. Like what happened to him after that? Yeah, it was crazy. Now Lucas is awesome. Lucas is like one of the funniest people in Skamals. Like,
I don't even think he tries to be funny too.
no, that's the best part.
I'd say like
He is-
sometimes he tries, but usually it's just like pure Lucas energy. And
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
when he doesn't try, he's hilarious. When he does try, he's not. Well, I wouldn't say he's not funny, but like he's not
I mean,
as.
I definitely,
funny.
yeah, like he's definitely funny still sometimes when he does try, but,
but he's
dude,
not as. Yeah.
yeah.
Because he acts like an AI. He literally like does the
No,
most
he's
random
100%
shit.
He 100% is an NPC, and I love him for it.
His responses are
Like
fucking
I don't
random
think it's a
and
problem. I just want to make that straight. It's not a problem, but holy shit, he does the most AI fucking shit in the world. Where he
He's
again
awesome.
doesn't shut the door, doesn't fucking look back, trips on the garbage bag, but then gets up and then just does his normal fucking trail like nothing
No,
ever
he-
happened.
He just does
He
quirky
exudes-
things. That's it.
He exudes NPC behavior, and it's pretty sick.
It is awesome.
It's fucking
Pretty
awesome.
I
baller.
love it.
Oh my god. But eventually he'll have to come on the podcast. Maybe. I don't know. We'll
I mean, well,
Maybe.
sorry.
No,
Well,
we might have a lot of
maybe.
restrictions, copyright claims. You know what I mean?
And the
I
sorry, the
mean,
program.
I feel like you guys are tending to do a good number of episodes of this, right? I mean, like you have to get the Lucas eventually. Like it's
well,
it's inevitable, all right.
Eventually,
It is.
probably, because I'm thinking of how many people we have in Squalls and how many episodes we can make. Because well, also we're gonna do episode just me and Laudacina, which we were actually gonna do it last episode, but then Gert popped in. Which I do want to have an episode dedicated just to Gert when he's actually fully here. But it was like it was a nice little surprise. But overall, I
probably wait a while to do that.
yeah,
man.
obviously.
It was like, who's that Pokemon?
Yeah, that's kind of one of what I wanted to do. But you know, I think it was a fun episode. Did very well, and I do want to give everyone.
It didn't do very well. He's lying.
It got 40 views right now, and it's only been up for 2 weeks.
It actually has 80 views. See,
What are most
people are gonna
popular
watch this in the
YouTube?
future, and then when it does have 80 views, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, look!"
No, like he was right. It has
was
80
right.
views, and then they're gonna check it down. It's gonna be like 59
Then what
views.
Yeah, by the time this video goes up, I guarantee it has 80 views. If it doesn't,
You're gonna eat your hat. Say that. Say
Yeah,
that.
say it.
Get on the mic. Get on the microphone.
I'll eat Colin's hat.
You'll eat Colin's hat. You heard it here first, folks.
I don't want
Colin,
my hat.
I don't know what type of hat you wear, but
He doesn't wear hats.
I wear them
think he
sometimes.
does.
Well, okay, sorry. I don't wear hats. I wear like bandanas and shit like that. Like I like
Okay.
headwear.
He'll eat your headwear.
I don't like
Probably.
that. Does not sound
You're gonna
right.
walk into your house one day and what? It's gonna be Joe.
It's
and
gonna
he's
be a
like,
fucking
have his
wild
fucking-
episode.
Have your bandana in his mouth. And you're gonna be like, that night you're gonna do the podcast. It's just gonna be super awkward. It's gonna be like, hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today we're
I'll
talking
munch on
about
it. We'll
how
record it and everything. We'll make it a short.
Shit.
Yeah.
That would be a good short.
and it cuts to a face cam of you just fucking eating a bandana.
How is the fucking military shit going for you, Liam? I
In the Navy.
in the Navy. In the Navy.
It is going all right. Like I can't really complain too much.
Yeah, he has to.
Right
he
now,
smells the ocean a
they're-
lot, which is
Right now it's pretty chill. Like my department doesn't really have much to do, so
Any like crazy stories or only crazy? Well, that you could tell because obviously I'm
that
assuming
you can't get in trouble for.
that you can't get in trouble for.
If you
obviously.
want to teach me the launch codes, you know, when Morse code.
you know I
be
have been
nice.
thinking of trying War Thunder recently. Nah, just kidding. That's Air Force. Anyways, trying to think what would be like a good.
Because I always hear about the craziest. It's either like them doing stupidest shit in the world, or like them getting in trouble, or doing like the most difficult tasks in the world.
So this is a story I heard from. I was speaking to a mechanic on board my boat like recently, and he mentioned how like he was just sitting in a machinery room, and another mechanic walked up, and the captain is in the machinery room at the time, but the guy who is walking in does not realize that, and he goes, "Yo." He goes, "Yo, Gothberg, Cobb said you got a fat booty but no ass." He turns and sees the captain there, and he's like, "Oh shit!" and just like sprints out of the room.
That's so awesome. That's actually epic. Holy shit. That's like that. That's like a moment of like when you're in school or something, and then like you know you're just joking around with your friends, and then like the teacher is like, you know, you don't realize the teacher's there, and then you say something, and then you look, you're like, oh.
Well,
But
shit.
now the teacher
then,
just heard me say I had that fucking Oliver over there has a huge cock, you know, like that's it's a little weird. So
And
I've seen
then
videos
the
like that
Curb Your
too.
Enthusiasm theme starts playing.
yeah,
I had when I was in boot camp, there was a situation like that where one of my I'll just call them drill sergeants, but technically they're called RDCs. But
yes,
One of my-
sergeant.
one of my drill sergeants, like me and this one other guy, me and these two other guys were talking about like, basically this guy was saying how it's like he wasn't going to fold his clothes or he wasn't going to like put stuff away the way it was intended. He was like, I'm going to ignore because I'm not going to get caught for it. And,
Oh,
and
shit.
then he like
Oh,
turns around and the
no.
sergeant's right fucking there.
That is awesome.
That is awful, man.
Did he get reprimanded?
Yeah, well, he got fucking yelled at, and then promptly forced to do the task at hand. So that was
I
that
ain't
was that.
folding shit. I ain't gonna get caught.
And he was just right. He was just standing there. The dude was like really tall too, and like pretty wide. So he's just
Did you
this
try to
fuck-
give him like a warning, or was it just?
Well, what we were trying to be. I was like, dude. He's like, what? What's up?
He just said what? Oh my lord, that's hilarious. Dude, fucking how I have a question. Is boot camp as difficult as they make it out to be? Because I've watched
Yes. No.
because here's the thing. I watched okay, Jesus. Oh, my question was answered because I
No.
watch all these military videos online and it's like fucking
Full metal jacket.
yeah. Like
I mean, it was now I have kind of a skewed experience to an extent because I went through Navy boot camp. So boot camp is definitely harder if you go like Marines or
Yeah,
even
everything is different. So
Yeah.
Fun fact: Coast Guard has the highest attrition rate of any boot camp.
yeah. Coast Guard, they don't fuck around, man.
So, but at least in Navy boot camp, like, dude, as long as you can perform physically well enough, you really don't even need to be that fit. You just got to be able to pass the pretty reasonable parameters, and then as long as you can shut up and follow orders, honestly, people get through and they don't even know to shut up. So as long as you can follow orders, you're good.
God.
Just turn your brain off, slip under the radar, and
You ever did you ever like okay, did you ever see someone get yelled at or maybe you got yelled at and like you're trying to keep a straight face but you like laughed or something like that? Like did anything happen like that? no?
Not really. I don't think. Usually, when someone is getting yelled at, it was just like really awkward. So
I can imagine.
okay, like my single most awkward experience in the Navy, probably in my life, to be frank, was I was standing watch in boot camp, which just involves like standing in the compartment or at the entrance of the compartment and just like looking out, right?
Mhm.
And this guy from another division got he got told on for like I don't know what happened exactly. I think he like touched some girl during lunch or something, and like
Oh, that's
Ooh.
bad.
like in a sexual manner.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just and I'm standing watch, right? So I just like I can't move, I can't like walk away or anything, and I'm supposed to like keep professional and all that, so like I can't do anything. So I'm just like staring straight forward at this guy while his RDC and one of my RDCs are just like basically interrogating him in the hallway. It was just really like not. I was like, wow, that's a really. I really don't want to be in this guy's shoes right now, but I can't.
You can't go anywhere.
I can't leave. So I'm just watching him be like, I didn't do it, petty officer. Yeah. It's like I don't know why I would do that, petty officer. And it's like, oh, I can think of a few good reasons. And I'm just,
I can think of a few. I've done it myself. Now tell me why.
Damn. I have a question for you, Liam. I mean, they probably do it to, but did you ever get yelled at?
oh yeah, okay, everyone gets yelled at.
Everyone gets yelled at, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I think there's like a different extent, right? Like, they
Have you
yell
gotten
at to
troubled?
like, they yell at you to scare you, and then they yell at you when you fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
I never got like yelled at for fucking
Yeah.
up. I just get yelled at for like, and honestly, most of my cases were like just group yelling.
Mhm.
The funniest shit I heard in boot camp was this was another watch story. I was like, so the roving watch, you like give your report to you give your logs to what's called the petty officer deck, I think, and they like sign off on it. Or if I'm trying to remember if the position in boot camp is officer deck or petty officer deck. Anyways, supervisor watchstander, you go in there and you give them your logs, and they sign off on the logs. But you have to make your report before you give the logs. And I guess the girl before me who gave this guy the report fucked it up. So I go in there, and I'm about to speak, and he goes, hold on, before you say anything, I'm not your father, so don't disappoint me.
I'm not your father.
That's
Yo.
fucking the best.
Yeah, that's base.
It's base
No,
as
dude,
fuck.
it was funny as fuck. And I proceeded to disappoint him. So
Oh.
Did any of them have like really coarse voices? Because like I mean they yell a lot, so I assume like,
I don't
that
think any
has
of them
to-
were like that coarse. Honestly, I feel like for the most coarse ones I heard were from like female.
really. Well, I
Audiences.
guess that makes sense. Yeah, because you're trying to yell in an intimidating voice, and men's voices happen to be a little bit
Yeah, so you
deeper
gotta
in
work a little
tone.
harder.
Yeah, so yeah, because I remember I watched a video about like I don't know if it was a drill sergeant or whatever, yelling at a cadet or whatever, and his voice was like so raspy. I couldn't believe how raspy his voice was. I was like, Jesus, this guy must
No,
have
dude,
been yelling all day or something.
I could not do that job.
Hmm.
Like people make it out to be it's like, oh, haha, drill sergeant. No, that's a terrible job. Like drill sergeant is an objectively awful job.
It sounds fun on paper.
It's
Yeah.
it's like fun on paper.
Drill does that to me all the
and
time.
it's like
For
it's like
free.
you have to yell like all the time, and also, frankly, you probably get less sleep than the recruits. So
Really? Wow.
yeah, because remember you were with them like regularly.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're going about their day, and you're gonna be there for most of it. Like I remember at one point, like near the end of boot camp, when like things are like calming down or whatever, and the drill sergeants they like loosen up a little, they have some more fun with it. Someone asked one of my RDCs, it's like, hey, so what do you do when you're not on work? And he was like, honestly, a nap. He's like, I don't really have time for anything else. He's just like, when I'm not working, I'm sleeping.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Because I thought like it would be like they yell at recruits and then they go like I don't know, like do whatever shit they want to do. But yeah, I guess. Well, I guess it makes sense because they really have to be there like 24/7, kind of, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean, it's not 24/7. Like they can work out the schedules how they need to,
Mhm.
but it's demanding no matter what.
Yeah.
Like the big benefit is that like once your division graduates, you're pretty much good for the next like however long until you get a new one. So
Okay. That's nice.
they do have like that. That's where the off time comes in. But when they're actually pushing a division through, it's bad.
Mm.
That's part of the reason. Like some of the drill sergeants, like when they seem angry, like they're not even acting. Sometimes they're just like dead tired. Like they.
Yeah. Like so. Now it's not off topic too much, but because we're talking about yelling and all this stuff.
Mhm.
So I think I brought this up to Conlon, but Liam, do you know about basically? I forgot what it's called. There is like these group of guys who have like this business, and basically they promote themselves as like making men
yeah.
stronger and like
Men, basically.
fit into like the traditional role of men and being like a provider. Like yeah.
No, no.
But basically I don't know if they're ex-military. Some of them might be. Some of them might be ex-military. I don't know where they come from. I don't know if they're trainers. Basically, they take a bunch of guys who pay them like thousands of dollars. It's a lot of money. And these guys, like some of them are married, they're young guys, like us or whatever. And basically they go through like this month-long, I think it's a month-long like almost like a boot camp, but it's not like a boot camp. Like it's so weird.
Kind of like
And
a torture
basically-
simulator.
Yeah, and they basically just like try to turn you into a man. And like some of the activities is like, oh, we have to show like a brotherhood, so we're gonna lock arms and like like the ocean or whatever, which I'm sure is like there's some military training
That
like
sounds like some Navy SEAL stuff.
exactly right. But the thing is, these are regular like people, or like they'll spray them with like a hose. They'll make them do like these mud crawls and like they're trying to like preach like unity, but it's like a big fucking scam. Like this entire thing is just a scam, and all it is just a bunch of guys who like unfortunately buy into this, pay thousands of dollars. By the way, remember, you're paying for this. Like, you are paying to go to like a boot camp where they're going to insult you, make you do all these like things or whatever. And again, apparently you're supposed to be more of a man. You're also supposed to like get some financial benefit from it as well. Like, you're supposed to be more knowledgeable when it comes to finance. Like, I don't know how the fuck it works, right? And it's so
Andrew
weird.
Tate looking ass shit.
Oh, dude,
Well,
that
sounds
sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, that's it. I told Joel the same thing.
It's not like an Andrew Tate thing, because Andrew Tate just does whatever. He does his own fucking
Well,
thing.
here's the thing. This is actually a pyramid scheme. It's literally people pay you to join this men's club. Except Andrew Tate's is just
That's like that.
Well,
that
it
sounds
has
like,
that- it
like,
has-
if
it
I
has
went to a
the-
dictionary and looked up pyramid scheme, and it's like, pay me money so I can make you successful and you can get money. But
Yes.
obviously, like, it is a net
Yeah,
negative.
no, I mean,
for
yeah,
you.
like
Just
it's almost like a Hustle University thing, where it's like, yeah, like, oh yeah, you sign up for Hustle University, we're gonna teach you how to play the stocks and crypto, and it's like, oh, that's cool. You know, but yeah, like, it's just so weird, and like, people pay so much money, and I've watched videos of these things, and it's just sad. Like, it's just
know what they're
very
called?
sad, because like, there are these guys, again, some of them are our age, probably. I think some of them are like married men, and they're just like doing these stupid things, and the guys are like, oh, like, you're a piece of shit, like this and that.
Do you have a video still of that them doing this or no?
I know, I probably don't.
So I was gonna say we can watch it together and fucking see
The
what
first,
the fuck
I knew about them like through like YouTube, like I just saw some of their like just videos of like compilations, I think, or whatever. And then I think eventually Moist Critical, I watched a video on Moist Critical, and he like did like an analysis, but he basically talked about them, and I'm like, wow, these people are like assholes, and they steal money from like guys, I guess, who are unfortunately don't have the right, I don't want to say mental state, but the right mentality when it comes to stuff like that. Like, again, like, if you're paying someone to make you into a man, it's like, that's what, like,
I mean,
you
yeah,
know?
it's like they're insecure and they're looking for like a way to
Exactly. And
um
yeah, no, and basically, I remember there's one video of a guy, and they're basically forcing him to like quit because he's holding the group back. And I'm thinking to myself, this dude paid so much money to be a part of this, and now they're kicking him out. It's
How
like,
much money do they pay?
I forgot the exact amount. I wish I remembered what the name of this thing is, and I could look it up and look for the money. I know it's a lot of money.
pull it up.
It's thousands of dollars.
I want to
Like,
pull it up. I just need to know the name.
it might be like tens of thousands of dollars. Like, it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money to pay for.
Tens of thousands.
Could be. It could be. It could be. And
Well,
honestly,
it's probably
could be. Again, I
thousands of
forgot.
dollars to start, but is the whole program like 10,000?
It's a month-long program. I wish I could find it. I really do.
I could see maybe being $10,000 at most.
Are
but-
they like so like is it like you go there for a certain period of time? and
Yes,
they,
I think it's
like a-
feed you the whole time. Because
don't-
if that's the case, then the 10,000 makes a little more sense. But like,
I'm sure I think they provide stuff for you, like you know, it's almost like a boot camp, like in military. But again, it's not military. And you're not getting paid. You're the one paying them for this. It's like a program. Like, apparently,
you're
like,
paying them.
to make
like-
you a military man.
not even. It's not even a military man. That's the thing. You're not even like going into the Like, when I first saw these videos, I thought, oh, okay, this must be like SEAL training or something, or it must be some sort of.
But
like,
what?
maybe, like,
Okay, then that makes me question what in their eyes is identifies like what are the credentials to pass this program? You know, like what is a
okay,
man in their
everyone
eyes?
Everyone passes like after like their whole fucking month or long thing. It might be more than 1 month, honestly. I forgot again.
I know
Well,
that,
except
but
for
like
one guy who
there's
did
got to
first
be like
assist,
some sort of like kind of like method behind the madness. No, or is it just a
like,
pyramid scheme?
final.
No, it's just a pyramid scheme. That's not what it is.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of them out there now. You know, like, again, like the Andrew Tate one where Hustle University, where it's like, hey guys, you just pay. We'll give you these online courses on how to like play the stocks and all that stuff. And it's like, listen, I'm not saying that's not useful to learn. Like, I'm sure that's useful, but you know, putting like your money and faith into that when like these people, I'm sure not all of them are certified, you know, like to teach that kind of stuff.
Well,
And also, it's not like they're teaching, like, it's only like doing stuff like that. Like I'm sure that there's other stuff too, but I know like one of them is like stock marketing, I think, and crypto or whatever.
Well, there was one time, I think I told you this, where my friend Tom, his brother invested in it.
Yes.
And this was before COVID. He invested, and it was like brand spanking new. Didn't know what it was, but he invested in it. Made $2 million off of it.
Yeah,
and
he literally, if it works out,
and he literally can retire now if he wants, pretty much. Like,
if it works out,
they're always gonna advertise the success stories, right?
Yes,
yeah.
There's a lot of losing stories. There's a lot of people who get, fucked over. And like, listen, if you want to play crypto, you want to play the stocks, go ahead. I would play the stocks is better playing stocks because stocks actually like
go up and down.
I think it's easier to calculate. I think like I don't know anything about playing stocks. But
I disagree because at that point sorry, you were gonna say, Liam?
Well, I was just gonna say it's like the thing is like they can go on and on about how it's like, and whether or not stocks or crypto is more like valid or something. Like, I don't know, you were about to say something on that, but it's like at the end of the day, like they can go on and on and say, oh, this is how you do stocks, or this is how you blah 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 and all that. But like a lot of that is luck. Like a lot of that is very obviously out of your control.
You are playing an RNG.
You are gambling with extra steps. Like there's
The only way the only way you can really track like at least better with stocks is, at the end of the day, you're investing in a company. So if that company does well, then you do well. Like, for example, I think back in when the Switch was about to be announced, my mom's like, hey, should I invest in Nintendo and get some stocks in there? So I was like, after the Wii U, I'm like, well, they're really hyping up this NX, whatever the fuck this thing is. So I was like, sure, I would put some stocks into it. Then they announced the Nintendo Switch. Stocks went fucking booming for Nintendo, where in the end of the day,
booming.
So it's basically whatever the company's releasing.
Yeah, I just don't play stocks or crypto because I like my money, and
I don't.
Well, stocks.
I don't like putting my money towards things that I don't understand.
Yes, exactly.
That's fair.
Truly understand the stock market
like,
well
listen,
enough for me to feel comfortable.
I remember there was one time I gambled, and I'm probably never going to gamble. Well, I'm not going to gamble. I will gamble.
Well, Joe, 90% of gamblers call it quits.
Yes, yes, I know. But we were on a cruise ship, and we went to. There was like a casino on the cruise ship because international waters, all that shit. Yeah. So I went there, and my older brother actually won pretty decent money. My mom won decent money too. But I remember I was playing, and I was just getting shit.
Oh, so what you're saying is that everyone in your family is good at gambling except for
me. Yeah, and
well,
listen,
what were you playing? Were you playing the slots?
I was playing slots.
Oh, you never do slots, man.
The worst one.
Oh yeah, no, I know. And like, listen, I know I could play poker and all that shit, but like, I just don't.
I've heard like if you're actually good at blackjack is like the best.
Blackjack is the best one, I think. Like that's like the best one to gamble and like be skillful at.
That's like the most likely that you will actually get a positive return on your investment.
Exactly.
There's a plane by me, and I'm hearing it in my mic, and I'm about to fucking shoot it down, man. It's getting caught in my mic.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Damn.
You won't.
Damn. CIA, you catching this? You catching this alive?
But the best way is just card games, but blackjack is the best.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I'm not a big gambler. I'll do it like occasionally. Like
you would gamble with friends for a very small amount of money.
Yes.
I would do that absolutely.
Because it's fun with friends. You could do technically it's illegal though.
Is it illegal?
Know that. Yes.
Ooh.
It is illegal. Technically speaking, gambling with friends, like gambling like in general, like is illegal. Like technically speaking, in a lot of areas, like you can't do it. I'm pretty sure. I could be. I mean, I might be speaking on my ass here, but like, I'm pretty sure like gambling in general is like illegal. Like, I'm actually gonna try to see if I can get a
road trip to.
Yeah, let's see. All gambling activities are illegal except for those permitted by law.
So basically, the government gets the control. Thanks, government.
No, but like that's the thing though. Like if me and you were like, hey, Colin, you want to go a couple rounds of blackjack? Like technically speaking,
they don't actually enforce that shit.
No,
unless it's like a business, then
They don't give a fuck unless like the mob is involved. Or,
Yeah.
You know.
We're I did want to have a night where but I knew we could never do this because everyone in our group doesn't like spending money.
Oh no, everyone in our group is
We're so
like,
stingy with money.
Yeah,
where I
so
want to do like
stingy.
a gambling night where we could play like blackjack or
Listen,
a
I
card
would love
game.
to do like a fantasy football thing where we
Well, I don't know anything about football, so
You don't need to know anything about it. I'm
Just
not.
get shit.
I'm not gonna lie with you. Literally, there was. You want to know why? There was one year. It was a family thing, and my dad. We showed up late to it, and my dad was trying to access it, and he couldn't get to his account, so he couldn't do any of his picks, and he was pissed off. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not picking any of my team. I'm just gonna let it auto pick. The entire thing was auto picked for him. He wound up winning that season.
no.
His entire team was auto picked.
Then fuck it, I'll do that.
Like I'm being serious.
That was it. Was
really
auto
don't
picked into like was it auto picked into a good squad? I don't know how any of that stuff is like calculated.
Usually the auto picker will pick good things for you. It will
Okay.
usually do that. Like 90% of the time, it will pick good things for you. Yeah. So listen, obviously I know it's better to have knowledge of the game,
Mm.
you know, but even for fun, even if it wasn't for money, I would still like to do it. Just
I
have-
guess I
have
want to
fun,
do like
you know?
something like because like I
Would
don't know
it be
that
different?
just
I think it was
I
like-
guess like being like I guess betting on a horse race at that point, which I don't know. I just want to because like actually
Oh, I
funny
bet on
story
horse races sometimes.
because
They're actually fun. I like betting on horse races.
my brother actually I think every other Friday his friends come over or they go to someone else's house and they actually gamble all together and like some of them make big
I can't believe you're
money.
doxing your brother like this.
He's-
FBI's gonna come to him.
it's fine because one
Dude,
day
they're already happy on the watch list for the plane comment.
One day I was-
You guys taking the whole DV.
One day I was the shuffler and I actually won $20 while I was gambling, so it was actually a fun night. So
Bronze star for you, good sir.
I would love to get some money out of you guys, but plus you always get out of me. So, but I think it would be fun. But again, no one will ever.
Did I
wanna
say
spend money.
bronze star? Isn't that like a military?
Bronze Star.
Right, that's like a
You did say
military.
Bronze Star.
It probably is.
That is 100% like an award you get for military service. I'm looking it up.
What awards did you get for military service? Did you get any, Liam?
He's
Do I have any
technically.
Oh, is he
awards?
still doing it?
I mean,
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm still. They got me for the next 3.5 years, my guy.
yeah, they got him
Oh,
locked
yeah.
up in the sub.
Did you get?
Oh yeah, the
well,
bronze star is a
I'm
thing.
like 3.25, I guess.
Well, I have a question, Liam. What benefits do you get after you're done with the military?
He can't talk about.
He can't talk about it.
No, I can. So
I was about to be like, "Oops, I touched on a touchy subject." I was
Nah,
like,
I'm pretty sure that's public knowledge. Like everyone knows that.
yeah. No, well, they advertise it. that's
Yeah,
what
they
it's-
advertise it too. Yeah.
I would advertise the shit out of that.
Well, yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
how they get people to join.
Yeah, they help you pay for college, basically.
Mhm.
That's like the big thing.
That's the big one. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of, and then there's that. That's a big thing, and then there's a lot of just like veterans shit, because I would have to look into like all the actual. There's like a bunch of different specific things. Like that's like the main, like my main draw, which is the main thing I'm going for is the college, but
Yeah, that makes
Uh,
sense. But because one thing I've been seeing recently, we actually talked about in my advertising class is the military and how they're really trying to promote for new recruits, where they're actually doing a campaign of promoting military life on TikTok, and I just cringe so fucking hard at something because
oh yeah, dude, that stuff is really cringe.
so do they actually do that like in like
I mean,
like have you
like,
seen
okay,
that or
I mean, I don't use TikTok, but I know like there are military TikTok accounts that try to be like, hey, here's the military.
Here's the benefits of being in the military. One. I don't know what they are.
But the one I mostly see is, and then we talked about, was a girl doing her makeup, be like, "This is my daily life in the military," and it's such a girly girl fucking thing. And then like we first go doing our makeup, and I do my hair, and I'm like, "Bro, bitch, if this was really the military, you'd be on the fucking ground in mud." Like holy shit.
Well, I mean, it depends what part of the military.
depends on what part of the military you're going
Are you in
to.
the Chair Force? Are you in the?
Are you on the front lines? I mean,
Yeah.
are you? Like, there's a lot of like the thing is like,
military is a very.
and he's gone.
very
Uh,
wide range of, I'm sorry. Yeah, military is a very wide range of occupations.
Yeah, like everyone
Um,
thinks like, oh, military, yeah, you get a gun and then you go fight. No, Like
a lot of military jobs are just office jobs. Like when you actually break it down.
that a
Really?
lot of it. It's not like everyone just thinks like you get a gun and you go off and fight like whatever. Now like no, that's not just the military. There's a lot of other shit that there is for the military. Like
the big thing I'd say is like the Air Force. Like everyone, like when you think Air Force, you think pilots, right? But in actuality, it's gonna be mostly like plane mechanics and fucking cyber guys and like all that shit. You know?
nerds.
Yeah, it's nerds.
The Air Force is full of nerds.
Fucking losers.
We got a friend in the Air Force. We gotta be respectful.
We do.
Did he go to
And he's
another country for a little bit, or am I
He went to
crazy?
Taiwan.
Oh yeah, he did.
I think he lived there for a little bit, right? Didn't he live there?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know. Isn't his girlfriend from Taiwan?
I don't know.
I'll have to confirm that when he comes on the podcast. Make sure you come
Yeah,
on. If you don't,
baby.
then we'll fucking hunt
This
you
is
down.
a shout out. This is a shout out. We will hunt this man down. To the Air Force, give this man up so we
Pick
can
up
have
the
him on the
phone.
podcast.
Of course.
That's
he-
terrible.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's on my bed and then it fell.
Oh, one question I have for Liam, because I love seeing these videos and I can relate them so hard. Have you ever heard any stories of men getting cheated on while in the military, or like any sort of shit like that?
Oh my god, we go into this shit.
Because dude, I'm sorry, they're like so
Cheated on-
entertaining, but so awful.
So cheated on specifically? No. Fun fact, actually. I think this is like a universal thing. At least in the Navy, there's a the term, the funny phrase is that like the guy who's going to fuck your wife when you're away, that's Jody. I
Joe,
believe.
no, I knew it was Jody. I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to say it. Yeah, because I watched what was it? Jarhead, which is a great movie, by the way. You should watch Jarhead if you never watched it. It's one of the best war movies ever made, and it's like it's one of the best war movies that's not well, I wouldn't say it's not a war movie but like they don't show like combat. Like
It's more focused on like the emotions and the
the entire thing about Jarhead is that you're basically trained to be a killer, but you don't do any of the killing. So you kind of like mentally are like, what did I train? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I train for?
Yeah.
Like, you know, great movie. It's a great movie. I forgot the name of the actor who's in it. He does a great job in it. But yeah, like there's like scenes where it's like, you know, oh, Jody's are gonna be all over her, like this and that. Like, I don't know who the fuck Jody is. You know, like there was one scene where it's like, I forgot what he said. Like, you have like a girlfriend, and he's like, yeah, and it's like, bullshit. I bet Jody's banging her right now. Give me push-ups for every time she gets fucked this month.
Jesus, what the what the fuck, man? I don't know what the fuck this term or where it came from. That's awful.
Yeah, no, it's
Is it that common?
Yeah.
it came from, you know, people's wives getting
fucked by
getting
Jody.
getting fucked by Jody.
A guy
when they're
named
away,
Jody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is
You
it
know,
still
they're away
common
for a
or
long
no?
time, she gets lonely, and yeah, that's all.
That's
all.
awful.
Yeah. No, it might be like an army, like Marine, like it might be just a universal like
I think it's
military
just a
thing.
general military term, yeah.
Yeah.
Learn something
yeah.
new. But you never seen any Jody.
Okay. So specific acts of cheating, no, but kind of in the same vein, I have two specific things to mention. So, a friend of mine from A school, which is like job training after boot camp. So his girlfriend, his fiance,
Oh.
broke up with him on
Uh.
boot camp graduation.
Oh.
Wow, that's bad.
Granted, and this I actually do respect. She did do it in person. Like she flew
Okay.
out to see him and do it, which
Okay.
That
I
is.
have big respect for. But
That is rough, though. That is rough.
Well,
Yeah,
did she
that
break
was-
up
that
with
was
him
really bad.
because she did something, or just she didn't want to be with a military man?
I think it was that probably. She
Ugh.
according to her, she said some. According to him, she said something like fucking. I don't know. She was like upset with him about something. I'd have to ask him, but I'm probably not gonna ask him. But
Yeah,
Well,
it's
we don't.
personal.
Yeah, if it's we.
Yeah.
But
That's-
man, that's
it was
so
it was
awful.
like I don't know. She threw out some comment where it's like, yeah, I think you only liked me for the sex, and he was like, I already talked about you like every night or whatever. He's like.
But what? That's the way you do it though.
Yeah, but then apparently he so he wasn't really sure what to do with himself after, so he just went to Six Flags.
That's pretty cool.
It's
But,
so fucking with the
and
fucking
then,
Six Flags.
Going on the fiance train.
Mhm.
So I met my roommate back in Connecticut. On like I think it was like a Friday night or something. And we were talking, and he lives in New York, and he goes back to see he goes back home for New York, and he gets back on like Sunday night. And I'm like, hey dude, how's the trip down? And he goes, good and bad, mostly bad. Turns out his fiance broke up with him.
Jesus.
Fiance.
Fiance,
A lot
dude.
of fiance.
You know, that's
wow.
really
There
brutal.
is.
I have a
guess it's
question. Is
better
he
for-
similar age to you? Like,
No, he's about 6 years older than me.
okay. I mean, still though, that's crazy.
Like if it was a
It's
girlfriend,
it's
that's
interesting
one
actually.
thing.
People like. I was talking to someone about this recently, but like military really opened my eyes to like how young some people get married, especially in the military, because there's like a lot of benefits to getting married, so people tend to do it earlier to begin with. But it's like I've met like a not insignificant number of like 19, 20-year-olds who are married with a kid, and it's like, damn.
Yeah. Now,
They
people
don't wrap
like,
it before they tap it.
there's a lot of people. It kind of matters. Like, I know sometimes it matters where you live. It matters like,
Yeah, I mean, more rural places are gonna tend to have
yes, kids earlier and more kids too. But yeah, like it's crazy because like like I remember we were on vacation one time in I forgot the name of the island. I think it was St. Lucia. I was with my family, and I was
Is that Caribbean or?
yeah, Caribbean. Yeah, I was 20 at the time, and I remember we met like this couple or whatever, and we were like playing we were playing a game with them. I think it was something.
Pokemon Master Trainer.
Yeah, it was probably that. It was definitely that. Pokemon Master Trainer. We traded some Pokemon, but they and then I think my mom like asked, like, oh, like how old are you guys? And they were like, oh yeah, we're like 21, like both of us. And I'm like, like I'm like Jesus Christ. I mean, they were a year ahead of me, but I'm like, wow, like they got married at 21, both of them. Like, and I'm like, wow, that's young to get married, like at least nowadays, like like
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
the average
back
age is
in
probably
the
like
day,
30, right? Like 30
Yeah,
would I see would
30,
be like the average.
on
like late
average, yeah.
20s is usually.
Yeah, late 20s, 30s, I think is like a good like marriage spot for a lot of people. But yeah, like when I heard that, I was like, wow, 21 getting married, like wow.
Well, hey, some
know?
people are in love. Just don't look at the divorce rates, and you'll be fine.
I mean, yeah.
But dude, two fiancés, like who, like dude, like at least like if I was going in the military, I would kind of be like, nah,
Now
man.
going into military single, that's nice.
I would at least if I were to go into, I would go in single, be like, sorry, bitch, I really need those benefits.
Savvy bitch.
I need those benefits, and I don't trust you.
Jesse Pinkman out here.
Because fucking, I would not trust anyone.
Science, bitch. Go fuck Jody, bitch. I got my own shit. Bitch. Go fuck Jody.
Fuck Jody.
That fucking loser. I'm gonna get all the benefits, bitch. You're gonna have shit.
What
That's
are
the
the
scary
fucking
thing. 'Cause a lot of guys, it's like they think they found the love of their life, and it's like, well, lose half your money.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. If you go to the military, get the benefits, do you lose some of your benefits or your money that you get because of the divorce? Like, let's just
I
say
don't
you get
think you
divorced.
lose. I think you lose some of the benefits, but it's
No,
still
because
gonna
the
have
benefits
all
would
the
be
negative-
tied to.
Okay, but what about the money?
It's still. I mean, it's still gonna have all the negative effects of
Yes,
like getting into a divorce.
Oh,
so it's not gonna
divorce in
direct-
general is just not good economically.
Divorce,
Like, it's,
divorce,
Yeah.
is bad. Divorce is a bad.
Well, it's good for a
process.
woman.
that's
I mean, it still depends.
it
like-
depends. It depends. It's not as simple as you treat you like.
Okay.
Honestly, it depends of how deep you're gold digging too, right? It's like,
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Like if it's
didn't fucking Bezos' wife get like?
oh,
get,
she's
like,
rich as
40
fuck.
get, like, 40
Yep.
Oh yeah,
billion
she's
dollars?
fucking set, dude. Oh, she's set. Yeah, she needs like, bro. She is fucking
I didn't-
set.
I'm pretty sure divorcing him put her on like one of the.
That was an
first-
optimal play
one
by
of
her.
the
I'm
world
not gonna lie.
lists.
That,
Dude,
that was
was.
optimal. You
It was
know?
dude, like when the divorce papers are being filed, I would just look them in the eyes and be like, it was rigged.
It was rigged from this. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, divorce is just not good, like economically, like in general. I mean, obviously, it's good, like. You know, when I say it's not good, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, divorce is bad. You shouldn't get divorced. But like, it's bad. Like,
I mean,
in
I think it's bad from like a.
Well, it's bad to
It's
do it.
tough,
The problem
right?
is that if you get married too early, that increases divorce. And like
Yeah,
kind of like if you
yes.
rush into it.
It's tough because back in the day, right? It's like you couldn't get divorced without a reason. And as much as that sucks, I understand the rationale, right? Because
Mhm.
like you swore when you got married, fucking all that death duty part
Yeah.
shit, and it's like, you know, like at a certain point, I feel like you as a individual should be fully committed to the relationship. And to be fair, I'm sure a lot of people are, and then just things change,
yes,
right?
I mean, listen,
There's
it
no
happens.
easy answer to that.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously, like abusive relationship. Yeah, there should be a divorce there. Cheating. Yeah, divorce. Like like there's stuff like that. But it's. I mean, and the thing that sucks too is divorcing when like there's kids involved. Like that always
Yeah.
hurts. Because it's like, and that in that sense, like they're like the kid especially doesn't win. Like he doesn't win. Like he doesn't win in any outcome. Like it's.
No, there's no dub. There's
the
not a
kid, the
single dub.
kid,
Yep.
the kid basically just gets fucked over because these two adults decided, okay, obviously, maybe one adult is doing something else, but like it could fully be that two adults are mutual about it, like they just don't like each other anymore, like, and that could happen, and unfortunately, if they have a kid together, that could ruin that kid's,
Yeah, and part of the problem
Holy
too is
shit.
that like some couples like they try to like fix their marriage by having a kid, and that usually just
Oh,
Yeah, I
that
don't
is
get
the
that.
worst
I don't get
decision.
that. Yeah, I don't see that as an optimal play to have a kid to fix your marriage. Like if you're gonna get the divorce,
that's
like,
the bait right there.
if you get a divorce without a kid, that's fine. All right, that's good. But with a kid, that just sucks. I mean, obviously,
like-
divorce needs to happen in some situations, but like,
Yeah,
it
because
sucks.
like
It
divorce
sucks.
is already a hassle enough with just like determining like money and property.
Oh,
dude.
and the
You throw-
lawyers do the amount
you
of
throw-
money you spend too.
Dude.
It's crazy.
Nah, but then you throw custody in there, and it's just a nightmare.
Oh
Like,
yeah. No, it's terrible. Like because usually custody always goes to the woman, like majority, right? Like that's just how it works. Obviously there are some times where the guy gets majority custody because it's unfit for So I don't know how custody battles usually work, but I know majority of the time the woman gets the kid, which makes sense. Why is that's weird. My like computer screen just went black for a second. But yeah,
Uh-oh.
now we're good. We're fine. We're chilling.
it
But yeah, like
happening.
it just sucks. Like the whole and again the lawyers too. Like the amount of money you have to spend on lawyers. Like I remember, what movie was that I watched? It was with Scarlett Johansson and
I believe you're
Adam Driver? Yep. And oh my god, I forgot the name of the movie. I watched it too.
I just told you it's called Morbius.
It's
but
not
go-
Morbius.
It's called
But,
Morbius.
And basically it's about like the couple, they have a kid and they get divorced, and they show you like the amount of money that both of them spend on lawyers. Like the lawyers won, like they won, they fucking
Oh, yeah.
Lawyers always win, dude.
They
If
get-
you
they get-
become a lawyer, fucking, you're set for life, man.
Well, there's that joke that all lawyers go
Oh.
to like hell or something like that, right? Like they
That too.
but
You
I
guys
also
ever seen-
wouldn't say you're set for life because
Have you guys ever seen the post where it's like, got my first case today, wish us luck, and then it's like a day later, it's like we lost.
That's
just like-
fucking awful.
yeah, no, like the amount of money you spend on lawyers, like just lawsuits. Like a lot of people just like you don't want to do a lawsuit because spending. First of all,
Well, that's why
Obvi-
most cases get settled
out of
trial.
court.
Like that,
Yeah.
that's like a pretty common misconception
Yes.
where it's like if you just based it off of like media experience, you would think like trials.
I
are,
mean,
like,
Better
common.
Call
They're
Saul
really
taught
not.
us everything,
Better call Saul.
But no, a lot of it is out of trial. Like it's not because people don't want to go through the process of lawyers and paying money, and then if you lose, like, you know,
Then
You're
that you know
fucked.
you were taking a massive gamble if you're doing a trial.
if you do a plea deal, all right, there's something, you know, but
at
if
least
you
you're gaining something out of it.
like,
Or
I mean, that's the thing. I remember I watched like a documentary about like a lot of like, especially young criminals, like if they commit like I don't want to say petty crimes, but like, you know, let's say they rob a
I think
store
it's
or
fair
whatever.
for it.
What they usually do is you know, rob a store, or maybe they even steal something. Like they just like you know, take like a candy bar or some shit like that. I don't know, like shit like that. They'll settle out of court because they don't want to do that shit. They don't want to
Yeah.
go through that process. They don't want to risk, you know, because can't your sentence get worse if you go to trial in some situations?
Yes.
Right.
I
Because
believe it can.
a
Yeah.
lot of cases like are just so. Imagine if every case was brought to court. It'd be a fucking
No,
nightmare.
it'd be a complete. Yeah, you couldn't do that. Like the legal system could not withstand that.
Yeah.
Like
so-
logistically.
So the reason like why they make it so like brutal is because unless it's a real fucking issue, then don't bring it to fucking court.
Like
because
Amber Heard versus
that went horribly for her.
what was his name? Oh my god.
Johnny
I was gonna
Depp.
say Jack Sparrow, but
Johnny
we-
Depp,
we-
Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
I believe
Johnny
the
Depp.
person you're referring to is Michael Morbius.
Yeah, oh my god. That was so funny to watch sometimes. The
Did you see the
there's some-
documentary on it?
There's some pretty choice.
There's a documentary on it?
Yes, on Netflix, and it actually is really interesting. And apparently there was also like 220 pages of undocumented evidence that was thrown out of the case. We don't know why, but apparently all that favored Amber Heard, and which again, it could also just be fucking.
Well, a
rape.
lot
I
of
don't know
that
if
stuff
it-
could be like it was acquired through like underhanded means, because that's
Oh,
the thing
yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's like you can't just bring like any evidence into court.
Yeah,
right?
that
It has
is
to be
true.
acquired through specific.
yes. And the
Action.
defense always needs to know what they're working with.
You know, But as the days went on for that trial, like
As the days go,
Go by and the water hold me.
hold me down.
the like the mobs got so aggressive. Like I think on day 4, like they actually had to have like police officers and security for Amber Heard because people were like throwing shit at her.
Oh yeah, well everyone hated Amber Heard. In that.
Yeah.
like, everyone was on Johnny Depp's side. I think. Some
Yeah,
people
well in the
probably were on
beginning
Amber Heard's side.
it was even. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp had equals, but as
I mean, I remember when the first thing came out. Like it was a, it was like an article in a newspaper,
yep.
and like how it was like, oh, Johnny Depp's abusive. The Johnny Depp was like, no. Ooh, excuse me. It was like the opposite. And then like all that shit came out, and then eventually Johnny Depp lost the trial.
Yes. He
and,
lost
like,
the trial at first, and then he did a
then-
retrial, won, and now another thing they're doing is that Amber Heard's trying to do another retrial.
But isn't it
actually-
failing? Right? I think they're throwing it out.
They're
like,
throwing it out. Like, they
it-
can't just do another retrial of the same fucking shit. Like it's not gonna go through. But they're
'cause
they're trying.
she got slandered. I mean, the thing is, like, everyone hates Amber Heard now. I'm pretty sure like Hollywood is gonna probably blacklist her because they did it to Johnny Depp. Johnny
Yep.
Depp got blacklisted.
but then
which is
everyone
fucked
showed
up.
their support, and now he's
Because,
fucking.
Like, listen, I'm not gonna say Johnny Depp is 100% innocent in the situation. I'm sure
No, he's
there
definitely
was
not.
there was some stuff that went on that we didn't learn about, and I'm sure there's some stuff that even they presented that, you know, it's a little sketchy or whatever. But you know, the way he was slandered, and like you know, they made it seem like, oh, it was just him, and you know, Amber Heard tried to play the victim. It's like, no, that's fucked up. Like, you know, when she was, and you look at the videos, dude, she was. I'm not saying, oh, she was worse or anything, but she was bad. Like, she was bad
Well,
in some of those.
do
videos,
you know what the crucial evidence was for why she lost the case? There was
No.
a makeup brand that she
Yes,
mentioned.
okay, I remember this.
And they were like, she was like, I used this makeup to cover up my bruise, and they showed the evidence of the physical makeup, and they're like, this wasn't made at this time. This was made 2 years later because she said it was a gift, but it was made 2 years after when she claimed. So that clearly showed she was lying. So that basically lost her the whole fucking case. And
Yeah.
plus there was a bunch of other stupid shit like the fucking dog bee or some shit, or fucking there was a lot. That trial was
And
a
Johnny
mess.
Depp that said that she shit on his bed or something. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. But again,
that.
that
We don't know. It's
uh,
hearsay, Your Honor.
they never really found a conclusive evidence. But the shit was massive, and the only evidence they were
I see what you did there.
it
Shit
was
massive.
It was. But the only reason they said they think it's her is because the shit was the size of a dog, and I don't think a dog can shit the size of itself. So I don't fucking know.
Someone give her a medal.
It was a really interesting documentary, and I highly suggest people go watch it.
I at least suggest you go watch it.
Again.
But yeah, we are currently at the.
It's 31 degrees out.
31 degrees.
Fahrenheit.
Thanks,
Celsius.
weatherman. It
it
is
was
about
Celsius.
to. It's about to hit an hour and 10. So
10.
yeah.
All right, I think we wrap it up with some Has-Been Hotel.
Oh my God, are we really gonna end it with Has-Been Hotel?
Has-Been Hotel watch party.
Yeah,
No.
baby. No,
I'm gonna,
it's Colin's favorite show. If anyone wants to.
it's
know.
not my
Oh, yeah.
favorite show,
You
dude.
love
I
it.
watched
You're
it once.
You're a big Vivzy Pop fanatic.
He watched the Verbal Ace video and he was just enthralled.
No,
He was hooked on the
no.
Verbal Ace video.
No.
Okay, I know. I'm sure I've mentioned this in the server before, but I want to put it out here. Like, dude, if I'm spending $50,000 on a video about like a character having sex with me or wanting to have sex with me, dude, I'm getting like a movie out of it. Like
I'm
3
getting
minutes
a
is not long.
movie.
Right?
Anyway, fucking. Thank you
I
guys so
cannot
much.
imagine spending $50,000. Sorry, continue.
You're fine. I just get your final remarks in, because
$50,000 is a lot of money.
yeah.
It is.
You know what you
It
should be
is
spending that money on? Not a video.
Fucking
And
gamble.
then complain that you can't pay your animators. That was the problem. That was the real problem there too. The problem is there was a moment where he said he couldn't pay his animators. He was talking about financial stuff. Then he fucking spends $50,000 on a.
Well, do you want to give
video.
context to this situation? Because not everyone probably knows about it.
Everyone knows
Well,
the situation. It's
I
fucking,
mean,
well. First of all, we're like a month ahead of this.
I
like-
mean, yeah, we're definitely late to the curve on this one. I just wanted to mention it because like
It's
that's
funny.
like the
That is
Verbal Ace
funny.
video.
listen, I don't think
like,
his career should be ruined over it, but
I mean,
it's just it's
like
a
like
funny thing to laugh
bullshit.
at. It's funny.
It's just like, I mean, listen, like honestly, like that's one of those things where it's like it's not technically like it's not a heinous act, right?
No.
So like I don't really care. It's just stupid. Like,
It's very funny. It's very
really
funny.
dumb.
Yep. So that's it, man. I mean, you can end it right now.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
thought you guys
activity
were
going
actually
on.
doing another segment. I'm like, all right, if you guys want to keep talking, more content for me. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much, Liam, for being on the podcast.
I appreciate you having
You're
me.
welcome.
And for your interesting stories. So,
Night night.
yeah, thank you all, and we will see you guys next week with a new guest.